The year is 1333. Europe trembles on the brink of the Hundred Years' War. Yet north, in the rugged lands of Britain, another older conflict rages, England against Scotland. Halidon Hill, a name etched in blood, marks a turning point in this struggle, a clash of ambition, pride and sheer brutality. This is no mere border skirmish. The very fate of nations hangs in the balance. On one side stands Edward III, King of England, young, ambitious, eager to prove himself. He sees Scotland weakened by internal strife, ripe for the taking. Against him stands Sir Archibald Douglas, Guardian of Scotland, a seasoned warrior, protector of a young king and defender of a nation under siege. The stage is set for a confrontation that will echo through centuries. The roots of the conflict run deep, a tangled web of broken treaties and shifting alliances. Edward III, backed by the exiled Edward Balliol, claimant to the Scottish throne, demands Scotland's submission. Douglas, fiercely loyal to the young King David II, refuses to yield. The first moves of the game are cautious, a dance of diplomacy and military posturing. But diplomacy soon gives way to the clang of steel. Edward, eager for a decisive victory, marches north with a powerful army. Douglas, outnumbered but not outmatched, chooses his battles carefully, employing guerrilla tactics to harass the English advance. Yet fate, as it often does, intervenes. A disastrous raid on the English camp at Weardale, driven by overconfidence, weakens the Scottish position, paving the way for the confrontation at Halidon Hill. Halidon Hill, a natural fortress overlooking the Tweed River, becomes the focal point of the conflict. Douglas, despite the setback at Weardale, chooses to make his stand here, hoping to leverage the terrain to his advantage. He deploys his forces in the traditional schiltron formation. Dense formations of spearmen, shields interlocked, a bristling wall of steel designed to break the enemy charge. Edward, however, has a different strategy in mind. He unleashes his secret weapon, the devastating power of the English longbow. Thousands of arrows darken the sky, raining death upon the tightly packed Scottish ranks. The schiltrons, so effective against cavalry charges, prove tragically vulnerable to the relentless hail of arrows. The battlefield becomes a killing ground. Section 4. The hill runs red slaughter and the shattering of Scotland. The Scottish spearmen, decimated by the English archers, attempt to close the distance, their desperate charges met by disciplined ranks of English men-at-arms. The fighting is brutal, hand-to-hand, a maelstrom of steel and fury. Yet against the English onslaught, the Scots are fighting a losing battle. Their valiant charges are met with a wall of steel and the relentless rain of arrows. By day's end, the hillside is awash in blood. Thousands of Scots lie dead, including the valiant Douglas himself. The young King David II is spirited away to safety in France, leaving Scotland leaderless and on its knees. Edward III, his victory complete, installs the puppet King Balliol on the Scottish throne, his grip on the northern kingdom seemingly secure. Section 5 echoes of Halidon Hill, England's northern border and the legacy of war. The Battle of Halidon Hill sends shockwaves through the British Isles. England, triumphant, sees its northern border secured, the dream of conquering Scotland within reach. Edward III's victory cements the reputation of the English longbow as a weapon of unparalleled power. A weapon that will shape the battlefields of Europe for centuries to come. But the victory comes at a cost. The brutality of the battle, the sheer scale of the slaughter, leaves a bitter legacy. Scotland, though defeated, is far from subdued. The spirit of resistance, fueled by the memory of Halidon Hill, burns bright. The struggle for Scottish independence, far from over, will continue to shape the destiny of both nations for generations to come. Section 6, Forgotten Valor, Tales from a Brutal Day. History remembers the victors, but Halidon Hill is more than just a tale of English triumph. It is a testament to the courage of the defeated, the Scottish soldiers who fought and died with unwavering bravery against overwhelming odds. Their names may be lost to time, but their sacrifice should not be forgotten. One such tale speaks of a lone Scottish piper amidst the carnage who continued to play his haunting melodies, urging his comrades forward, even as death swirled around him. Another tells of a young Scottish nobleman, gravely wounded, who refused to yield, fighting on until his last breath. These are but glimpses into the human cost of conflict, reminders that behind the grand narratives of history lie stories of individual courage and sacrifice.